Well, it's kind of sad, I think, to realize that I only have 2 weeks left here because it has been a great 4 years. And I have really loved a lot, I mean, most things about Harvard, I would say. But particularly my classes and the sailing team, I think, have been the best parts of my experience here. In sailing, I was really involved right from the beginning of freshman year, and I think that both, you know, made me much better as a sailor and much more committed to the team right from the get-go, and I made so many great friends, and I definitely will really miss it. Well, obviously, competition has been really fun. All of our regattas, even the disappointing ones, I think, teach you things about not only what you need to improve on sailing-wise, but also about, you know, dealing with challenges and such. But I think as far as the fun parts, I really enjoy our van rides and all of our team dinners. I mean, it's fun on the sailing team because going away for regattas means being gone together as a team all weekend. So you definitely get to know each other really well, whether that means a week-long spring break trip where you all cram together 14 people in a van, driving 10 or 11 hours down to Maryland, or even just the short trips to Dartmouth or Brown or whatever. It's all very fun. Yes, nationals, I mean, those aren't really road trips because we do get to fly there, luckily, unless it was freshman year when we were in Newport, so it was really close. Those days that we have, I mean, not only the nationals themselves are really awesome because all of the best teams in the country are there. It just feels like the culmination of a year of hard work, which is what it is. But it's also great because, like, for example, my sophomore year when we were in San Francisco for one day before our co-ed, our team racing, we traveled around the area with our coach Byrne and saw Mount Tam and went and walked around in Muir Woods and went down to the beach. It was just really fun. Stuff like that, I think, like, you know, taking a couple hours off from competition and relaxing and seeing a new place. Really fun. Well, they're awesome coaches. I feel so lucky to have had them with us for all 4 years. They really balance each other well. Mike spends a lot of his time for regattas with the women's team and Byrne with the co-ed team. So I think, but during practice, they, I think, you know, kind of work off each other quite nicely. Byrne is a little bit more, I think, he focuses on the not like the very small like technique aspects or team racing, whereas Mike, I think, is really great at big picture stuff, also team morale and kind of knowing when people need a boost or when they need to be pushed harder. But they are two of the best coaches in college sailing, and they're great people too. It's fun. I'm from Cape Cod, so I had never imagined that I would go to school so close from home, actually. But I found that Cambridge and like being here, being at Harvard, I think especially has, I mean, there's just so much going on that I don't ever go home except for, you know, Thanksgiving or Christmas. But Cambridge itself, I think, is awesome. There are still places that I want to see, and I definitely probably won't before graduation. So I think that there's always something to do, even if it's a bit eclectic. And Boston's great, although, to be honest, I probably go in for, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 times a semester. It's, I think, easy to get caught up in work and sailing and everything that's going on here, too, that's fun. I mean, I think that's the case for the majority of Harvard students, but it's wonderful to be here. I am going to be at a small national security consulting firm in D.C. called the Civitas Group, and so I'm starting in July. I'm very excited, but it's a big change for sure. Friends, I think that's what is really hitting home in the last couple weeks, is just the fun that you can have. That's, you know, when you have a job or when you're living in an apartment alone, you have to like kind of make plans, but here everything can kind of just be spontaneous. You can sit with people in the dining hall when you happen to see them. You can just kind of go do things. You have so much of your own free time. So I think, yeah, the friends that I've made here will be the biggest thing that I carry with me going forward.